Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screens for a short video presentation in tribute to this year's Bagong Bayani awardees.
They leave home to build dreams across the seas, carrying courage, compassion, and the hopes of a nation. They are our Bagong Bayani, the new heroes of our time. Since 1989, the Bagong Bayani Foundation Incorporated has honored over 1,700 overseas Filipino workers, ordinary people with extraordinary hearts. Their stories continue to inspire the world.
That the world will never be the same again without Filipinos.
To deliver his welcome remarks, may we call on the President of the Bagong Bayani Foundation Incorporated, Vice Admiral Eduardo Ma R. Santos.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., our First Lady, Madame Luis Araneta Marcos, the Honorable Secretary, Bienvenido E. Laguesma of the Department of Labor and Employment, the Honorable Hans Leo J. Kakdak, Secretary of the Department of Migrant Workers, and the Honorary Chairperson of the Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc., our Honorary Trustees, the Administrator of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Patricia Yvonne Kaunan, Undersecretary Felicitas Q. Bay, the members of the Bagong Bayani Foundation, Incorporated, Board of Trustees, our awardees, distinguished guests, esteemed partners in government and civil society, and most especially, our beloved overseas Filipino workers, good morning. It is with deep honor and gratitude that I welcome you to this distinguished gathering, an occasion not merely of celebration, but of solemn tribute to our modern-day heroes, the overseas Filipino workers. This morning, under the theme, Ang Bagong Bayani, Inspirasyon at Pag-asa ng Pilipinas, we cast a well-deserved spotlight on the courage, sacrifice, and unwavering spirit of every Filipino who has crossed seas and continents in pursuit of a brighter future, not only for themselves and their families, but also for our beloved country. In the presence of our national leaders and policymakers, we are reminded that the true measure of a nation's greatness lies not only in its institutions, but of our OFWs. And in the quiet resilience of our OFWs, we find the very soul of Filipino heroism, steadfast, selfless, and enduring. Allow me to recall the words of our President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., and I quote, "The Filipino worker is one of our greatest exports, not because we wish to lose them, but because the world recognizes their skill, discipline, and dedication, unquote. Indeed, our OFWs are not merely workers abroad. They are living testaments to Filipino excellence, admired across borders for their integrity, their compassion, and their strength. To our OFWs, you are far more than just contributors to our economy. You are our cultural ambassadors, community builders, and the living embodiment of Filipino pride. To our honored leaders present this morning, we extend our appreciation for your commitment to safeguarding the rights and welfare of our migrant workers. Let this morning serve not only as a celebration, but as a renewal of our promise to ensure that every Filipino abroad is remembered, respected, and honored. On behalf of the Bagong Bayani Foundation Incorporated, I warmly welcome all of you to this morning of recognition, reflection, and reverence. Mabuhay ang ating mga bagong bayani, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you, Vice Admiral Santos. On behalf of this year's Bagong Bayani awardees, may we call on stage Captain Gaudencio C. Morales to deliver his response.
His Excellency President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., distinguished guests, and the Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc., thank you for this profound honor. Receiving the Captain Gregorio S. Oca Achievement Award is truly humbling and deeply meaningful. This recognition is not mine alone. It is shared with every Filipino seafarer who continues to persevere, who silently battles homesickness, who work tirelessly for their families, who face the waves again and again, driven by duty and love, and returns home with a heart set on building a better future. Reintegration is not the end of a seafarer's journey. It is a new beginning. Programs that support our return home are not just about livelihood. They are about dignity, empowerment, and the transformation of lives. When we are given tools to thrive again on our own shores, we become builders, not just of our families' futures, but of our nations. To BBFI, thank you for shining a light on stories like ours. To my fellow seafarers, may this award remind you that your seafaring journey really matters, and your return home can be just as valuable as your departure. Maraming salamat po, and mabuhay ang Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc.
Thank you, Captain Morales. And now, to introduce our guest of honor, may we call on the Department of Migrant Workers Secretary, Hans Leo J. Kakdak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you, Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak, for your introduction. Please be seated. Labor and Employment Secretary Benny Laguesma, the OWA Administrator PY Kaunan, ang Bagong Bayani Foundation Incorporated President Vice Admiral Eduardo Santos, of course, our First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos, who has recently been traveling to Europe to assist with on the OWA with some of the activities that. So she has become our ambassador now for migrant workers. it's your new designation. Di ba magka-cabinet shake-up tayo sa kasama ka na dun sa... Awardees of Bagong Bayani Awards 2025 and their families, my congratulations to you. The DMW and BBFI officials, our key partners in development, and our stakeholders, as beneficiaries of that development, fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ngayong araw, magbibigay-pugay tayo sa ating mga bagong bayani. Kinikilala ng Bagong Bayani Awards ang kakayahan, karangalan at kabutihan loob ng mga Pilipino na sa kabilang ng pang-iibang bansa ay nagagawang maipakita ang tunay na pagka-Pilipino. Naitaguyod ninyo ang ating mga pamilya at komunidad ng walang pag-aalinlangan. Ito ang diwang nais makamit ng aking ama, ang dating Pangulong Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr., nang itatag niya ang Bagong Bayani Award sa pamamagitan ng Letter of Instruction number 1320 noong 1983. So, papunta ngayon tayo sa today. And we still see the immense value that migrant workers have brought to their families and to our country. I am proud of the achievements that you have made. Binabati ko ang lahat ng mga Bagong Bayani awardees ngayong taon. Kayo ang pinakamagandang larawan ng kasipagan at galing ng Pilipino. Tuwing may kausap akong taga-ibang bansa, parating sinasabi sa akin ang husay ng mga Pilipino na nandun sa amin. Kaya maraming salamat sa inyo lahat sa pagbibigay karangalan sa ating bansa. Dahil alam naman po natin, hindi biro ang manirahan sa ibang bansa, makisama sa ibang lahi at mawalay sa pamilya. Ngunit patuloy pa rin ang inyong mga sakripisyo para sa inyong mga minamahal sa buhay. Kaya bilang suporta, asahan ninyo na nandito lang ang inyong pamahalaan. Through the Department of Migrant Workers, we shall continue to elevate protection, streamline services, and ensure that every OFW is treated as the hero that they are. Sa ngayon, ginagawa na natin digital ang ilang proseso ng pagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa, tulad ng OFW Travel Pass sa eGov.ph app at ang Online Employment Contract Verification System. Ang Overseas Welfare Administration naman ay nakakapag-issue na ng mahigit kumulang 300,000 electronic card na magbibigay sa mga migrant workers ng mas madaling access sa mga serbisyo ng ating gobyerno. Pinahalagan din natin ang inyong kalusugan sa pamamagitan ng OFW Hospital, ang OWA Butika, at pinalakas na ng mga programang medikal para sa ating mga OFW. Sa Action Fund, ang mga OFW na nasa kagipitan ay may maasahang tulong na legal, medical, pinansyal at iba pa mula sa DMW, Migrant Workers Offices at Regional Offices. Bukod pa rito, may OFW lounge na sa ating NAIA para sa inyong komportableng paghihintay ng inyong flight. Mahigpit din ang pamahalaan sa pagprotekta sa ating mga OFW sa pamamagitan na paglaban at pagpuksa sa human trafficking. Sinusuportahan din ng ating DMW ang reintegrasyon ng ating returning OFW sa pamamagitan ng startup capital, financial literacy training, at livelihood support. Lahat ng ito ay upang masiguro na hindi masasayang ang inyong pinaghirapan at maging matagumpay ang inyong pag-uwi. Kaya naman po, sa inyong pag-alis at sa inyong pagbalik, tandaan po ninyo na hindi kailanman kayo nag-iisa. Gagawin namin ang aming makakaya upang maprotektahan at masuportahan ang bawat bagong bayani. Mga minamahal kong OFW, kayo po ay ang nagsisilbing lakas at liwanag ng ating bagong Pilipinas. Muli, congratulations sa inyong lahat, sa lahat ng ating mga awardee. Ipagpatuloy po natin ang laban para sa mas magandang kinabukasan para sa ating mga kapwa at sa ating mga kababayan at lahat kung dito man sa Pilipinas o sa ibang bansa. Mabuhay ang ating mga bagong bayani. Mabuhay tayong lahat. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, please remain on stage as we invite Secretary Kakdak, Undersecretary Bay, Administrator Kaunan, and Vice Admiral Santos for the presentation of testimonial plaque. This testimonial plaque of appreciation is presented to the Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines, in grateful recognition of his invaluable presence and inspiring message as keynote speaker and guest of honor during the 2025 Bagong Bayani Awards held on November 20, 2025 at the Malacanang Palace. With deep appreciation and respect, we honor his leadership and dedication to uplifting the lives of every Filipino, both here and abroad. Signed, Vice Admiral Eduardo Ma R. Santos. At this point, may we invite on stage First Lady Luis Araneta Marcos to join for the photo opportunity. For the first batch of the photo opportunity, may we request the 2025 Bagong Bayani awardees to proceed on stage. Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc., please stand by. Thank you, Bagong Bayani Awardees 2025. May we now invite on stage the Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc. Department of Migrant Workers, senior officials and secretariat, OWA and DOLE, please stand by. Thank you, Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc. Thank you, Bagong Bayani Foundation, Inc. For the final batch of photo opportunity, may we call on the senior officials and secretariat of DMW, OWA, and DOLE. Thank you, DMW, OWA, and DOLE officials. Thank you, Mr. President, First Lady, Secretary Kakdak, Undersecretary Bay, Administrator Kaunan, and Vice Admiral Santos. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program. Thank you for joining us in honoring this year's Bagong Bayani awardees. We hope that through this undertaking, we have encouraged more OFWs to pursue excellence and exemplify the noble spirit of modern Filipino hero. Mabuhay ang overseas Filipino workers. Mabuhay ang bagong bayani ng ating bagong Pilipinas.